Yo, what's up everybody? It's the Legend of W here, and I'm back in Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain in episode 45, A Quiet Exit. Now let's get to that small briefing we have, or I think it's a long one.
Boss, we've gone over the prisoner transport log you found. Quiet was grabbed by the Soviets and moved to Lamar Khatte Palace. She's being held at Lamar Khatte Palace. Make your way there.
Yeah. Oh, there's still more, guys. Hold on.
They lost a lot of men to her. Can't blame them for wanting payback. But why did she just let herself get captured?
I think it is time you knew. Quiet was carrying vocal cord parasites.
Boom.
The English strain, to be precise. The third English pair, Skullface, was using her as a vector, an ace in the hole if his assassination plan failed. I knew it, but Quiet chose not to speak. She told me the situation in Navajo.
Some
The
will
only
set
language to
shortly.
which the parasites
Please
do not
supplies
react.
requested.
If you found out, she could not remain among you. And
Yep.
yet
Supply
she
drop
refused
complete.
to mock your treatment. Why? Because part of her still wanted revenge. Against you. Revenge against the boss. In order to stay here, she took a vow of eternal silence. But then, that sudden mutation showed this was not enough. As long as the parasites were inside her, she could not predict what might happen.
And that's why she took off? Sacrificing herself to make sure the English strain died with her? Maybe. Or maybe she only wants to infect the world. Whatever her plan,
Please supplies
we can't let her go
requested.
free. The vocal cord parasites are the last of Skullface's legacy. It's up to
Supply
us
drop
to
complete.
erase it. Boss, the targets are Quiet and the English strain she's carrying. Your objective is to extract her. But if worst comes to worst, she may have to be eliminated. Both her and the parasites. We don't know for sure what Quiet's up to, but we need to secure her ASAP. She's being held at Lamar Khatte Palace. Make your way there.
Alright, so right after that, basically Quiet in, I think, side op number 158 or 159, she was captured. She left Diamond Dogs. Here's a little cutscene that I'll cut out just for the sake of not hitting up any copyright claim. Anyway, so here we go. This is the start of a big battle, and I believe it's the toughest challenge in the game. So again, Quiet left, but she was captured by Russian soldiers, and she managed to escape, of course. So me and Quiet are cooperating together in order to defeat the enemy soldiers ahead of us. So I was just, going around trying to extract as many tanks as I could, and of course I was trying to be less lethal during this whole course of the matchup. Now there are a whole lot more tanks coming in bit by bit, more reinforcements. There was a desert storm, thankfully, so it helped me out a little bit in taking some of the tanks out, but it wasn't really good enough because these guys were really aware and very alarmed. So they were trying to do anything to kill me, and I had to be really careful not to get caught from any of these guards. So I decided to be lethal this time around because I've died several times, and honestly, it was kind of upsetting me a little bit because, I just kept getting my ass whooped, and I really wanted to do it less lethally. Now, I know it's possible, but during my time playing the game, it was just not good enough, and I think my equipment was just not good enough either. So I tried my best to at least get the soldiers. No, not the soldiers. I tried to at least take out the tanks and just extract them. The only thing that I had to destroy was the helicopters. So when I managed to do that, I tried to be very careful in the last batch of reinforcements by just throwing a smoke screen, and thankfully I made the other henchmen or whatever you want to call them. I made them fall asleep, and then I collected the last few vehicles. So this one is the last tank over here, and I went into another cutscene which tells me that I finished this entire battle, which honestly was really tough, as I mentioned. So here we go. Here's the cutscene right here. As you can see, there's one tank all the way far away. It looks like it's messed up. Big Boss is just like, okay, you know, we're done. We did everything we could. And then Quiet shows up. She jumps down. As you can see, she's pretty much a super soldier, so you can't mess with her. But she definitely has a thing for the boss, of course. It's pretty evident. He wants to shake her hand, and she's just like, okay, you know, I'm gonna let the gun go and then shake your hand. And right here, grabs the rocket launcher because she sensed danger. Another tank was around, and ooh, that missile came through. And I thought to myself, oh my, did Quiet just instantly die right there? Was that like a direct hit? So as we can see here, we have Big Boss, you know, just laying down in the ground. I figured that he was safe, of course, since he moved. But I wasn't so sure about Quiet at this point, so I was pretty worried. I was like, damn, she's really gonna suffer a really gruesome end. That was my first initial thought. Tank over there in the back, completely gone. And there's Quiet right there. She looked like she was intact, safe and sound, basically. So I kind of, I was bracing myself that, oh, you know, she's dead, but she wasn't. So that was definitely cool. She's unconscious though, so I could tell that she was in a weakened state. So now it was my job to extract her out of here. Oh, she managed to give a thumbs up, you know, so you guys give the video a thumbs up. So anyways, so we have Big Boss, you know, checking out the radio. Listen. And then there's another big sandstorm coming in, so it's gonna be problematic.
No water, no sun.
Right, no water, no sun, so
Don't you dry up on me.
yeah. So right now, it was just my job to protect Quiet. And I think there was a message. Yeah, here.
Extraction arrived at you know where the landing zone is? Head for the LZ. Another mechanized unit is approaching your area. Watch out. Don't let them find you. Boss.
Alright, so right here, this is my destination where I'm supposed to extract Quiet. I went around the building just in case if there were any soldiers right down the middle. I thought it was the safest place to go to. So I come to find out that it was the safest place to go to, as I didn't see any soldiers walking around. The little red circles representing their position. So I just kept running, hugging towards the rocks, and I managed to get to the safe point, and then another cutscene occurs over here. Quiet looks like she's pretty much bugging out right now, and I noticed her torso is kind of bruised up, which is not good at all. Ooh. Yeah, she's in total pain from what it looks like. Still in a very weakened state, as she hasn't had any water, and since there's no sun and everything is dry, she could potentially die. And I'm not trying to rhyme, okay? Hey, wait, I rhymed that. Okay, never mind. So here's the snake over here, and I thought it was just gonna go away, but it looked like it was paying attention to both Venom and Quiet. So right here at the distance, there was a soldier, and I was just like, ooh, okay, you know, they're a little bit far away. All we gotta do is just, you know, relax a little bit, wait till the sandstorm finishes, and then I could just move on. Tank all the way in the, well, several tanks in the background. Yeah, they're like about 3, 4. I think that's a 4th one. Oh, that must be a truck. So yeah, this was pretty intense, I have to say. I thought that they would be able to find us, but they were pretty far away, so I was a little glad. It was just, we were gonna rest for a little while. So yeah, this right here, this was a little bit intense. There was a guard very, very close by, and I was just like, oh my god, he's too close. He's really close. So I mean, my heart was racing. And Quiet just starts to have an attack, and you know, I had to calm it down. The soldier heard something. I was just like, oh my god, this is bad. Can you imagine being in a situation like this where, you know, you're close to death, you know, somebody might find you and then, you know, they're just gonna shoot you down? Ooh, that was pretty intense. Ooh. Right here I was just like, oh my god, what happened? And then, yeah, he just caught a snake. Just let it go. I was like, whew, that was a close one. But I was still very tense because the guard was just there. And Quiet was just like all chilled out for a little bit. He was about to walk away. And I was just like, oh, good. Ooh, but then there was another snake and I was like, wait a minute, I can't believe this. Quiet was being a little bit noisy too. I didn't know what was she trying to do, and that snake bit Venom right there on his right arm. Managed to kill it. Threw it away. But that guard heard it. I was like, get out of here. How can you hear that in the middle of a sandstorm, man? For real. Yeah, keep up. Go away. So they called him and he just moved away. Ooh, that was pretty intense moment right there. So both Venom and Quiet were pretty much knocked out for a little while. The boss, I mean, right here, he got bit by a snake, and I assume that he was, you know, very weak because of the poison. Quiet here is already awake, and she notices that, you know, Big Boss is just, you know, laying down, and, you know, he needs help.
Pequod, do you read me? This is Pequod. Ahab, what's your position? We can't stick around any longer. Talk to me, boss.
Lahat ani seda. Smicho.
Ahab, I can't copy your transmission. Repeat.
Pisho. Mishe. Lahat ani tatsa.
Again, I cannot copy. Can you repeat in English?
Ooh, so this is where it gets tough. Quiet has to make a choice whether to, you know, speak English, even though she has the English portion of the vocal cord parasites. It was really hard for her, I can tell, because I know she didn't want to die. But, you know, looking at her, you know, struggling, she definitely knew that she must save Big Boss. And she did that for the sake of Big Boss. So, right here, she ends up speaking in English to help Big Boss. So that way, Pequod can pick him up. Ooh, very emotional. Here she goes.
The boss is with me.
Ahab? Wait, who is this? Identify yourself.
There's no time. Hurry.
Where are you? What is your location?
And Quiet is pretty good with directions. She actually could sense, I believe she can sense the helicopter, or Pequod, sorry. I keep saying helicopter even though Pequod is the right term
No,
for the game.
you're moving away from us. Circle back to your 8 o'clock.
Copy that. Guide me to your location.
Yeah.
Proceed to your 10 o'clock.
Understood.
Come back towards your 1 o'clock.
Copy. 1 o'clock.
Shift slightly to your left.
Oof.
Now proceed straight. 1.5 miles.
And I believe Big Boss is looking directly at Quiet as this is my perspective.
A little more. Yes, there you go. 1 more mile. Strong winds approaching. Quick, adjust to your right.
She was very good at even telling how the wind is proceeding.
Left. A little left. Yes. Now hold your position and proceed straight. Half a mile to go.
She makes a great GPS.
Pequod, I can see you. I have a visual.
There you are, Ahab. Visual confirmed.
Pequod, hurry! This way.
Yes. So Pequod manages
I
to.
didn't know you could be so talkative, Quiet.
The boss is here. Hurry, Pequod. Please.
Even Pequod was surprised that Quiet spoke. So right here, pretty much, we're in the last scene. Quiet looks at Big Boss. I bet it's one more time, and I believe she disappears after this when I check the rest of the ending after this. But anyway, I have the silver trophy disappearance, which is when Quiet disappears. Pretty much for good in this game. So I got an A rank for this mission, of course. You know, I did some retries. I killed enemy soldiers. So yeah, I didn't get no S rank because this is definitely a tough one. I got the codename Orca, which is the first time I gotten it. So yeah, this was the ending of A Quiet Exit was pretty intense. Not intense, but pretty sad. It's like a tragic ending, but it makes sense for the story. And yeah, so long, Quiet. You've helped a lot, you know, for Diamond Dogs, and of course you helped Big Boss on his journey. But anyways, I'm gonna end it right here, everybody. There's one more video to go to conclude the ending, the true ending of Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. So I appreciate you guys watching the video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more. Thank you once again for watching. I'm gonna see you guys in the next chapter. Peace.